Hey everyone, welcome back. Today we are going to be doing lesson 85 of UFLI, thinking about the vowel teams for the long E sound. And today is day 1. Here's our 5 steps that we are going to be working through today. Starting off with phonemic awareness, I'm going to tap a word and I want you to blend it together. Eat, feet. Eel, meal. Each, reach. Speed, speed. Now I'm going to say a word. I want you to repeat the word and then tap it out. The first word is heat. Eat, heat. Beat. Eat, beat. Greet. Eat, greet. Screen. Eaten, screen. Good. And that leads us to cha-ching. Our next step is our visual drill. So I'm going to show you a letter or letters, and I want you to tell me what those letters spell. So for example, here on the board, A spells oh, I'm wrong. A spells A spells A. AI spells A. AY spells A. IR spells UR spells ER spells OR spells OR spells OR spells ORE spells AR spells R, Y spells Y spells Y spells E, DGE spells G spells G spells J, TCH spells ch, CH spells ch, C spells k, C spells s, A spells A spells A, I spells I spells I, O spells O spells O, E spells E spells E, U spells U spells U spells ooh. And that leads us to cha-ching. Next, we're going to do our visual drill. So go ahead and get your whiteboards, markers, pencil and paper. You can use your finger in front of you on the table. I'm going to say a sound, and I want you to please tell me what letter or letters spell that sound. Okay, so the first sound that I want you to spell is A. Spell A. I have 4 sounds. Go ahead and pause if you don't have yours written down yet. If your board looks like mine, you are correct. Go ahead and erase. The next sound I would like you to spell is I also have 4 sounds or 4 spellings for this sound. Go ahead and pause. If your board looks like mine, you are correct. Okay, the next sound is going to be or. Go ahead and write the letter or letters that spell the sound or. I have 2 sounds, OR and ORE. Go ahead and erase. We have 4 more, I think. The next one we're going to write is R. Just 1 spelling for R. A-R. Good. The next sound I would like you to spell is E. Spell E. I believe I have 3 different ways to spell E. E consonant E, and Y. The next one I want you to spell is I. Spell I. I have 3 spellings for this one. Good job. Check your work. The next one is j, j, j. Now, my class, if your board has these three spellings, you're correct. However, if we add an E after that G, you are more correct. Go ahead and erase. We have one last one. The last spelling that I would like you to spell is, or the last sound I would like you to spell is ch. Spell ch. And there are two spellings for this sound. CH and TCH. Good job. Go ahead and erase. You can set your paper, whiteboard marker off to the side. We're done with those for now. And that leads us to cha-ching. We're moving on to our blending drill. I'm going to show you a word. We're just going to tap it out and blend them together. Okay, so for example, we would tap wish, wish. Rain, rain. B-r-a-n, brain. A-I spells A in the middle of a word. B-r-a-n, brand. That nasal A with the N. Next is b-a-n, ban. B-r-n, barn. B-orn, born. B-urn, burn. B-er, burr. B-a, bay. A-y spells A at the end of a word. A, hay. Her. Erd, heard. Ad, had. Ham, nasal A again. Sam, Sam. Swam, swam. Swim, swim. Swill, swill. Twill, twill. Trill, trill. Cha-ching. Lastly, we're moving on to our new concept. Okay, so like I said before, we're talking about the long E sound. We're going to use those vowel teams, but we know we can spell the long E sound with E consonant E, like in the word theme. That bossy E is telling the E in the middle to say its name, so this word is theme. Now, we also know that E can spell E in an open syllable when it is the last letter of that syllable. So, for example, in this word began, the first syllable is B. So that E is that long vowel sound because it's the last letter of that syllable. So E, began. Good. And then we also learned that Y can spell E at the end of a multisyllabic word, like in this word puppy. Do you hear the E sound at the end of puppy? That happens because that's Y is at the end of a multisyllabic word. Okay, moving on to those vowel teams. Remember, vowel teams are two or more letters that work together to make one sound. And the first one that we're talking about for that long E sound is E-E. E-E can spell E in the middle of a word, like in the word need, or in the word feet. E-E can also come at the end of a word, like in the word see, and the word tree. Notice how those EEs are spelling E in those words. EE can also come at the beginning of a word, like in the word eel. The next vowel team that we're talking about today is EA. EA can also spell E in the middle of a word, like in the word mean, or in the word team. And it can come at the beginning also, like in the word eat, or in the word each. EA can also come at the end, like in the word tea, or the word flee. Notice EA is spelling that E sound in all of those words. The last vowel team we're talking about today is EY. EY can also spell E, like at the end of a multisyllabic word, like in the word money, or the word turkey. Okay, so we have 6 new ways, or 6 total ways to spell that long E sound. Okay, notice EE and EA kind of come in every single spot, and there's not really a way for us to know exactly which one to use. It's just kind of as we continue to practice and you understand the words, you'll understand it a little bit more. Okay, and then that EY only comes at the end of a multisyllabic word. Okay, so let's read these words with me. So that first word, I noticed the EE there, so I'm going to say E when I read that. So if I tap it out, it's k-eep, keep. Good, okay, now this one again, I see that EA, and I just learned EA spells E, so I'm going to tap this word, eat, heat. And I see that EY there. This one's a little tricky because of that NK. But as we tap it out, it'll be mong, k, key, monkey, monkey. Okay, let's read them together. We're just tapping now. I see the EE. Seam. Tree. Three. You see the EE again. Need. Sleep. Sleep. Oh, that one's EA this time. Eat. See. Read. Clean. All those have that EA spelling for E. Each. Leave. This one's tricky because that bossy E is actually not a bossy E. It's just there for that V, because remember in the English language, we can't have a word end in a V, so we have to have that E there. Leave. Then we have tur, key, turkey, We have hawk, hockey. Good, okay, let's spell a few words and then we'll be done for the day. The first word I am going to spell is going to be the word green. If you want to do this with me, you can, but green. I'm going to first tap that word out. Green. I noticed there were 4 sounds, so I'm going to draw 4 lines on my board, 1 for each sound, just to remind myself. So as I'm writing, I'm going to tap this out again. I'm going to draw that there because that sounds interesting. Green. G is a G. E. Now I have a few different ways to spell E. I can do EA, or EE, EA, or EY. Now, I know EY has to come at the end of a word, so I'm going to cross that one off. And I'm just going to try the first one there. EE. Let's see if EE looks correct. And to me, that does look correct. So the word is green. I'm going to rewrite it together. green. Good, like the color green. Go ahead and erase. The next word I am going to spell is going to be cheap. Cheap. I'm going to tap that. Ch-eep. Cheap. That's 3 sounds. Ch. Ch is spelled with a C-H. E. So again, I have E-E, E-A, or E-Y. This is in the middle of a word. Let's try E-E. And then P. Now, I don't love that spelling, so I'm going to try the other spelling for E-A, or E, for the long E sound. E-A, cheap. That looks correct. Let's rewrite it. Cheap. Good. Ch-e-p, cheap. Okay, now it's your turn. Spell these words with me. The first word I would like you to spell is going to be eat. Eat. Let's eat the food. Eat. That's spelled with that E-A, E-A-T, eat. Go ahead and underline that E sound for me. Okay, the next word is going to be need. 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 Need is spelled with E-E. Need. Remember, you can pause the video at any time if you need a break or if you just need another second to write down what I'm asking you. The next word is going to be 3. 3. E. 3. 3. Good job. That E-E spells E in that word. The next word is kidney. This one's a little tricky. Kidney, it's 2 syllables, so let's chop it. We have kidney, kidney. Okay, so that first chop was kid. If we tap it, it's k-id, kid. So I'm going to write kid. And then the next syllable was knee. N-E, knee. So that N is pretty easy. But the E sound, we just learned E at the end of a word or a multisyllabic word is spelt with something. And that something is E-Y. So kidney is spelled K-I-D-N-E-Y. Awesome job today, everybody. That is where we are going to stop. And I'll see you guys here in day 2. Have a great day.